go. Hello and happy Tuesday. My name is Wendy Lee from CreativeLeeYours.com and excited you're joining me for a little bit of crafty fun today. Yay! Love to start off our week with some crafty fun, right? All right, so behind me you see a sneak peek of some wintry cards. They're gorgeous up close. Those are the cards that we're going to be making at my next bingo and card class, and I hope that you'll join me. I'll add a link in the video description after the live is over, and make sure you have the link for that. You can also find any events I've got going on my website, CreativeLeeYours.com, and go to the Classes and Events tab, and you can see all the great offerings I've got there. Yay! All right, I'm going to switch the camera over, and let's start our crafty. Oh my goodness, fun. Okay, today I am going to be featuring the Hope and Peace stamp set, but know that really you could change to any sentiment stamp set if you wanted to make this same project, but more maybe for a birthday or celebration during the wintry seasons, right? But I love it as a holiday card. This is the stamp set that we are going to be featuring in my bingo card class as well. And again, you'll be able to change it out if you don't have this stamp set, don't want this stamp set, has something else you want to use, whatever makes your heart happy. But of course, you'll be able to also add the stamp set to your class registration if you'd like to. All right. Hey, Kay, hey, Jean, Susan, Mimi. It's Faye. I see you out in there, Faye. So glad to see you. I didn't catch it was you at first. All right. So we are going to be making this card here. It's a simple Z fold card, which I love. It's a way to put a fun fold out there, something that's easy to display, but is not super time consuming. So if you want to do a fun fold for your holiday cards, and you've got a lot of holiday cards to make, this is a good one to do. And then we've got our super cool, I think cool, focal point right here in the middle. Lots of fun shimmer going on. And then we've got an inside sentiment as well. And then I've made this in a couple different colors. We're going to do a third color for our actual sample, and I've kind of mixed the papers up a little bit. So this is the Snowflake Specialty Vellum. Let me go ahead and talk about this for a minute. I didn't make a chart for this one for whatever reason. This paper is gorgeous. So you've got 3 sheets, 3 different designs that have this flocked white imagery on it, and then you've got the same 3 designs but with an iridescent foil. Oh, gorgeous. Both are gorgeous. So I've got that print. And then I've got this print here. I love these the most to cut out of, cut, you know, the floral or florals. Where am I getting florals? Snowflakes out of. And then, you know, how do you go wrong with a snow flurry of dots? Love it, love it, love it. So these papers are fantastic. You could use any of them. I've chosen a couple of the blocked prints for the first 2 I made. So this one I put the dots on the inside and then the busier snowflake on the outside there. And then this one, I reversed it. So I put the busier snowflake on the inside and then the dot here on the outside. And we're going to change it up today. And I'm going to pull in one of the iridescent, well, actually 2 of the iridescent prints and pull those in so you can see those as well. Hey, Gina. Hey, Carmen. So glad you guys are here with me today. All right, so let's get started. Like I said, this is a pretty simple card. You could do it in any color that you wanted to do it in. And again, it doesn't have to be Christmas, although I've made it Christmas because that's where my head is right now. I'm starting to think Christmas. I know I've skipped fall. I have lots of fall cards I've already created. My celebration event, which I believe I've been mentioning for a couple weeks now. Let me see if I can pull those cards out and give you guys a sneak peek. I've been working on fall cards for a while now, and we are featuring the Hello Harvest stamp set for our celebration event. This is a free card class that I gift to all those that support me during celebration and reach a minimum of $150 in purchases. So this is between July 1st and August 31st. So tomorrow's the last day. You still have time to get an order in and qualify for the event. But I do a free card class. There's a little bit of some gifts in there for them. And then we do some trivia drawings in a Facebook group. There's special offers like everybody this year that attends my celebration gets first dibs on my awesome April. So if you've been following me for a while, you know that in April, I do what I call awesome April. And that's where I give you items from my retired stash with your purchases. So everybody that joins me for the celebration will get dibs on that. And then I'm going to have an exclusive card class for them to purchase as well that is going to only be available for them. All right. Awesome. Now my team also has opportunities to earn this. If your wish list is over $99, seriously, join the team. We have lots of fun. I've got some fun things coming up for us. And you get a discount on all your products. So why not, right? Okay, so let me give you a flash of these cards that we're going to be making at the celebration event. So this one, and that one, and that one. And then I'm going to be putting this card in everybody's packet as a thank you, but they're also going to get the instructions for that one. But that one's going to already be pre-made for them. All right, let's get back to today's project. So I'm going to pull in some of my stuff here. And I am starting with, I'm going to use Highland Heather. So this one is a soft sea foam. Okay. And then this one is Balmy Blue. So you're going to see when I post the supply list. So I'll give you the complete supply list. You can click on it, add it to your shopping cart if you need to add any items, but you'll also have the cut dimensions as well. But it's going to be listed as cardstock, and then I'll list the 3 colors that I use. But the actual supply item is going to be listed as the Subtles cardstock. You can choose anything you want, but what I like about the Subtles pack that you could use any of those colors, and I believe you get 2 sheets of each color in a pack, so you get 4 cards in each color, which is awesome. Yes. All right, so we're going to start off. We're going to fold this in half. Now you could pre-score this if you prefer. It's entirely up to you. I decided not to this time, so I'm just going to run my bone folder into that a good crease. Now I just want to take one side and fold it back on itself, and we're going to give this another crease. So this creates our Z fold. So again, you could score. So that would be a 2 1/8 and a 5 1/2 score line if you wanted to pre-score them. Or you can just fold them like I did. Either way works. I'm just going to give these a really good crease with my bone folder because I want that to lay nicely. Next, let's pull in a couple of our awesome prints. So here I've taken the iridescent paper. I'm going to use my larger piece on the inside, which is the snowflake print, and then the cool dot that looks like a snowstorm to me. I'm going to use that one on the outside. Okay, now I'm not going to adhere these down just yet. I want to get my frame from the front first. Now you can typically see adhesive through vellum, and I'll show you. I did that on this card. I wasn't paying attention, and I think you can see where I ran my tape runner. You can see it through it. It's subtle, but you can see it. So you want to make sure you're placing your adhesive only where it's going to be covered. So I want to get this piece built, put it on the vellum, and then add that inside my card base. That way we don't see that adhesive through. So I love vellum. I use vellum all the time, but it is something you have to be careful of. All right. So I am using the Fabulous Frames dies, and I've actually already cut this out, but I wanted you to see how it cuts it. So I'm using this die here, and it cuts the outside frame and this inside all in one. So you actually get these 2 pieces when you die cut it, okay? Just with one pass of the die. So I've got those pieces. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of stamping. I'm gonna go ahead and stamp my sentiment on this piece. I'll slide that over. And then we could go ahead and build the inside of our card with that vellum. So I'm just using basic gray ink. I felt like this was a nice neutral color. Navy would be also very nice, Night of Navy. But I wanted a neutral color that I could use across each of these soft colors. Now, if you're a traditional, you like basic real red and garden green, and you want to stay a little more traditional on your colors, you totally can do that. I just wanted to show you something a little bit different and pulling in pastels. I think pastels are kind of fun to change up the holidays. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and pull in this vellum piece here. This is the one that's going to go on the inside of my card, and I'm going to take this little piece that I just stamped my sentiment. I'm going to run my stamp and seal across it. Of course, you can use liquid adhesive if you'd like. I tried both stamp and seal and liquid adhesive to see which one I preferred when working with the fluffed paper, because this has a raised fuzzy edge to it. And so you need a little bit more adhesive. So I would say either go extra heavy on the flocked paper with your Stampin' Seal or use liquid adhesive. So it gives that a little bit more depth. Now on the foils, I have not had any issue just using my Stampin' Seal. All right. Now, when I flip this over, I can see exactly where that white layer is. And that's where I want to put my adhesive. There we go. I'm just going to open this up and slide this centered in there. Now, I've decided that as I'm placing things on the inside, I'm just going to look at these three edges, and it ends up wherever it ends up along that fold line, because I found that if I was trying to get it perfectly centered on all four sides, I struggled for some reason. So now I'm going to take my eye here. I got a little bit crooked, but not too bad. I'm going to be happy with that, right? Okay, next thing I want to do is I can kind of see where my adhesive needs to be to put this layer down, because that label is going to cover this one right here. So I can put adhesive just in this little section here and know that I'm not going to have a problem. So I'm actually going to lay it right here on this edge. I'm going to do a couple rows. I don't want it too far apart because I don't want to risk it sticking out too far. And then I'm going to line this right up against the fold, but I want it to be the same alignment across the top and bottom. Does that make sense? Let's give that a good push, and you will see that adhesive through, but it's okay. We're going to cover that up. Love it so far. Hope you guys do as well. All right, so now I've got a piece of Highland heather. I'm going to go ahead and adhere this to the back of this frame. Now, this is a narrow edge, so you can't go too crazy with your adhesive or your cutting unless you want it to stick out beyond the frame. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my silicone craft sheet because I make a little bit of a mess with this, and just put a couple little dots of liquid adhesive. I say I'm going to put dots. I'll put a little bit across here, maybe a dot there, maybe a dot here. I just don't want it to be all sticky when I put it down the card front, because some of this is going to be exposed. All right, so I've got small dots in my corners. Now this would be a good one to do Melissa Kerman's trick. If you guys have joined us for Maker's Mojo in the past, you'll know what I'm talking about. But she uses a lot of liquid glue, and Melissa likes to put the adhesive on the cardstock and let it sit and dry. And so it dries tacky, and then she just lays her pieces down. I don't have the patience for it. I tried it. I can't do it. I would have to be like really having a bunch of pieces I needed to do and let them sit. So this, if I was going to be making a bunch of these cards, which I might be, then I might do that where I could let that sit. So it just tacks it right in there. Kind of fun, right? All right, so I'm going to flip this over. And right now I don't have a left or right, top or bottom, doesn't matter. So you just turn it and orient it however you want to. And then I'm going to bring in my iridescent snowflakes. So that's these right here. So I punched this right out of a sheet. So this comes with 24 snowflakes in the pack, and there's 6 on each sheet. And I love that there's all this wide open space because you can use that to die cut other images, which are fun. But these are a carryover from last year. They were one of my favorites, and I was really happy to see they carried over and that they go so fabulously with this paper. So I'm bringing back in that liquid glue, and I'm just going to put a dot right in the center of that snowflake. So I've got a generous amount of adhesive there. That's okay. It's going to be covered in the end, but then I can use this to place this right down on this snowflake. I just want to tack down. It's okay that my adhesive got a little messy there. I want to cover that with my sentiment. Okay, slide that out of the way and let that dry for a moment. Bring back in my basic gray pad and my basic white paper, and I'm going to stamp the other sentiment. So I don't know if you guys saw, I shared some pictures. I haven't shared a lot of them yet, but I was in New Orleans this past weekend, some of last week and over the weekend for our leadership, our backstage leadership event. It was so much fun. You guys, Stampin' Up! Literally shut down the streets of downtown New Orleans and we did a parade. We followed a marching band through downtown. Crazy, crazy stuff. It was so much fun. We got to throw out beads. They gave us little boas and parasol. I call them parasol. Is that right? A little mini umbrella, right? All right. So I'm going to take this die from my stylish shapes. You guys know I love stylish shapes. I'm going to go ahead and die cut that banner out. So I've got this right here. And then we're going to be able to put this right on our little layer that we've created with some dimensionals. But yes, it was so much fun. Grand times. I'll be sharing more pictures from the event. We had some wonderful beverages and food. Definitely the food. I love the food. And lots and lots of fun. And then, oh my goodness, I was a speaker. I had to do a presentation. Stampin' Up! Invited me to do a presentation on branding, was my topic. And so I got to do that. It was terrifying, actually, but I loved it. And it was, you know, one of those things that I've never done it before. So I appreciated the opportunity and people were super nice about it. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. So isn't this great? So now I've got my focal point and I just need to tack it right here on the front. Now, you can adhere this flat or popped up. Shockingly, I did it flat. Can you believe it? It's not a normal thing for me to do flat, is it? I know. So again, you can use your liquid adhesive, your Stampin' Seal, whatever makes you happy. You just want to make sure you don't go past the center of this. And this die makes it super easy to kind of see where that center line is so you don't go too far over. And then I want to place it so it covers up that inside greeting, right? So you don't see that layer. All right, I'm going to go right here. I might be a little left of center. I'm not going to worry about that. But yeah, super cute, right? Love it. So it can stand up. They can enjoy it. Now, this doesn't leave a lot of room for signing a card. So you could do a couple of different things. You could either leave the sentiment off this spot here, or you could add to the back a layer here where you add your handwritten note, right? Depends on what the purpose of your card is. Sometimes we send a Christmas card, the stamped image is enough and we sign our name and we're done. Other times we want to write out a nice note. Or if you're one that does the, printed off family letter, that would tuck right in here just fine as well. Cute, right? Now, could we add some embellishments and jazz this up a little bit more? We could. I'm just going to add in some of this organdy, glittered organdy ribbon. I love this. I think it goes great with these snowflakes and the appearance of it. So let's go ahead and tie a bow. So I usually leave my ribbon on the spool if I can. If you were going to cut it off, maybe 9 inches or so would be good. Make my 2 loops. I'm going to crisscross, slide that under. And I find this ribbon is a little bit sticky, right? So it's a little harder to slide. So I've got my bow. It's a little bigger than I want. So I'm going to hold the center and try to pull. I'm going to have to get my fingers in there a little bit. Kind of pull those bows a little bit smaller, but I don't want that knot in the center to loosen up too much. And then I can tighten it again and just kind of keep working this until I get the bow the size I want and it looks the way I want it to look, or pretty close to how I want it to look. And then you just snip away any excess that you don't want. And then I'm going to glue dot that right on the front of my card. See if we can find the glue dots. Oh, Jean, thanks so much. Yeah, the topic. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. You know, I was very flattered, honored, delighted, I guess, that Stampin' Up! Reached out to me and asked me. You know, it makes you feel really good when you work hard and it's recognized, right? Now, talking to my peers, or what I'm considering my peers, other leaders in Stampin' Up, that's a little intimidating, I got to tell you. But they were all so wonderful, so super nice to me. Yeah, it was a good experience. I would definitely do it again if they asked me. Although I literally was just a little freaked out. Yes. Okay, you love the paper. Yeah, it's really great paper. Oh, good. Yeah, this paper is just so beautiful. And I think it makes a big statement. And wow, how fast of a holiday card would this be to make, right? You could make gobs of these. So if you're one that loves a fun fold, but you want something simpler to do, because fun folds can be a little time consuming, right? So this one is really nice. It still makes it so fun that they can stand this up and enjoy the card for a long, long time. And again, if you don't write into the card here, you know, they can leave that up on display or even with your writing in there. But if you're going to write a long note, you can put it on the back again. That way it's not showing when it's displayed, however you really want to do it. It's up to you. I just think it's lots and lots of fun. Good, you love them? Yay, and you like the non-traditional colors. Good, good, good. Again, you could switch these and make them traditional, but yeah, I think any of the pastel colors would be fun. It's soft, it goes great with this iridescent and the softness of this flocking of the paper, but of course, a red or a green card would be nice as well. Navy, you could do brighter colors, whatever makes your heart happy, but I just thought these were fun and wanted to show these today. You could add some sequins on here, a little bit of bling, but they're so pretty how they are. All right, great. If you guys have questions on anything, you've got questions on joining the team, questions on my celebration, placing an order, let me know. Happy to help you. If you want to get set up for bingo registration, again, that's open, going on now. And if you can't find it, let me know. I don't want you to miss out. It's lots and lots of fun. So, okay, thanks so much. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Don't forget to share the video with your crafty friends if you're enjoying the content. If you're not already a subscriber to my channel, I'd love for you to subscribe. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. Yay? All right. Thank you all. Bye for now.